Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trent from CourseCareers. Today, I'm speaking with Melanie to talk about her journey going from a massage therapist to an SDR in tech sales. Melanie, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me. I am so excited about Course Careers. I have been telling literally the world about my success. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, what have you been telling them?
Just that Course Careers is relevant. It's very educational, and it's going from the course to real life. It's very applicable. I'll say that that I learned, I'm applying in what I'm doing. So
So we were talking about your very zen background beforehand. If I were getting a massage, I would want it to look something like that. Can you talk about the moment when you decided that, because I see you were doing massage therapy for years, maybe some personal training. Was there a particular moment where you decided that you wanted to make a change in career paths?
Absolutely. So like you said, I have been doing massage therapy for 15 years. It's very physical. And a little less than a year ago, I was doing CrossFit and I kind of hurt my shoulder. And I was out of commission for almost 2 whole weeks. And I just thought to myself, I was like, look, if I really hurt myself, like, what am I going to do next? And I had been following someone who had brought up Course Careers in the past. And so I just started to look into it a little here and there, but ultimately it was that injury that kind of led me to move forward.
Yeah, it's awfully hard to do massages if your shoulder's injured, and
Exactly.
that's a real consideration. And luckily, with what we now do in tech sales, I literally sit here and if I wanted, I wouldn't even have to move. I just move my finger and move my mouth and can
Right.
make money and do sales. Talk about once you had that realization, injury. Okay, massaging isn't sustaining. How did tech sales get on your radar beyond just the person you followed? It sounds like you learned about it. Did you just start doing research and trying to apply, or talk about the process from discovering tech sales to then moving forward?
Yeah. So once I kind of heard about it, the same person that I was following just really encouraged going to different networking events. So I had attended a few tech events, just trying to familiarize myself with this new field. I mean, it's something I wouldn't say polar opposite of what I was doing because what I have been doing is more of consultative selling. But yeah, just wanted to immerse myself, started reading articles about course careers and other boot camps and just kind of dove in that way.
And talk about joining CourseCareers. What was the experience like? How long did it take you? What were some of your top lessons?
Mm. Um, yeah, so I joined Course Careers mainly because the person who I followed talked it up so much, and it was a lot more affordable than some of the other boot camps that I had seen. But yeah, I pretty much after a couple of months of thinking about it, I went ahead and bought the course, and right off the bat, like I was just learning so much. And I think what stood out to me the most is that, you know, at face value, I didn't really understand anything, but by the end and even getting more into the field, I'm like, okay, this is exactly what they were talking about. So,
How did you deal with those challenges? Did you ever think about giving up, or how did you push through to learn the new information you needed to learn?
I just kind of took a step back and gave myself some grace and said, hey, I'm not going to learn it all overnight, but just kept pushing, kept doing more and more research. Yeah, just staying curious, I guess.
How long did it take you to complete the course?
It took me because I was in school full time and working. Um, it took about 3 months.
Okay, so this story starting to come together. So you hurt your shoulder, and you started to research alternatives after learning about tech sales and course careers. It took you a few months to then decide to get the course. Once
Yes.
you got the course, 2-3 months to complete the course,
Yes.
and once you completed the course, what happened from that point forward?
Yeah, so I just pretty much followed all of the steps. I went on LinkedIn, started reaching out to people, and really just started to put myself out there, making myself known to other people that were in the industry, other SDRs, AEs, just making myself more available. And yeah, did that answer your question? Like,
Yeah, I think I'm curious just about the experience, because I think a
um,
lot of people struggle with the idea of actually getting a job, and it's a bit
oh, yes.
unclear as to, well, do I apply? Who do I apply to? How many applications do I send?
Oh,
How was your experience?
yeah, so I sent lots and lots of resumes through LinkedIn. But then I heard, maybe that I should go directly to the website. So I was
Hmm.
pretty much with my schedule sending about 15 resumes a week. And actually, I got hired through a third party, which was very interesting. But yeah, I just put myself out there, and it took about 2 months for me to land my first job after completing course careers.
What was the experience like doing your schooling, doing massaging, learning about course careers, trying to find jobs? How did you manage and balance all of it?
Just one step at a time. I didn't want to overwhelm myself, but I just made sure that every day I was doing something towards my new career goals. Whether that be finding more people on LinkedIn to connect with, filling out a resume, maybe going on Chat GPT and asking AI some questions about moving forward. But yeah.
And what was your motivation? I know you talked about the experience of hurting your shoulder and that being a bit of a catalyst, but what was your motivation to actually pursue all of this action and change?
Mm. I just want to succeed. Anything that I put my mind to, I just want to do it, and I had already told people about it. So really it was just like holding myself accountable to just doing what I said I was going to do. And on top of that, I know that that career wasn't sustainable for me, and so that kind of just propelled me.
Love it. And how many companies did you end up applying to? I know you mentioned the third party, but
Mhm.
provide a bit more color commentary about the mechanics of that.
Yeah, so I was probably applying to 15 different jobs per week, sending my resume, like I said, through LinkedIn, through their actual website, um, contacting the main people in that company, whether it be the owner or an SDR manager, just trying to link with the people I know could potentially hire me, essentially. Yeah, but just like continuing to apply and send out those resumes.
And what was your experience and learnings actually going through course careers? It's just, now that you reflect back on it, how
Mhm.
you view it, and maybe contrast that to what you were going through in the moment.
Yeah, so I think in the moment, I didn't know really what to expect. So I had to take everything that I learned and say, okay, these people are the experts. I just need to follow what they say to a T. But literally everything that was taught to me in the course, I did. um, you know, does that answer your question?
Yeah, you made it happen, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You did what you said you were going to do, and now you're one of the testimonials. So I know
Yes.
that's it. I think it's always cool, folks who watched maybe a video like this, and then now they're on the other side, having got the job.
Yes.
What was the interview process like for you?
Yeah, so the interview process, I got on the line and made sure that I highlighted my transferable skills. I highlighted the fact that I took this course that pretty much told me everything I needed to know about my new position. And it was so spot on. Literally everything, talking about the sales cycle, pipeline, sales methodologies, all of that was so relevant to the interview.
So it sounds like the information you learned in the course translated really well to the interviewers. They liked what they heard.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And what's the experience been like since starting in the new job? I know you're only a few months in. How has it been going?
It's been going great. You know, there's a term that I've heard where it's like you're drinking from a fire hose at first. Like they're just bringing so much at you, like so much information. But I will say that I'm not. I'm like around the curve, if you will. What's that saying? I have more knowledge now. Everything when they're talking about using BANT as their sales methodology, I'm like, oh, I know that. When they're saying, oh, this is our sales cycle, I know that. You know, this is how you do research and discovery calls. I feel ahead of the curve. That's what it is. And so, yeah, it's been great. I've just been exploring everything that I've learned from Course Careers, and it's just right in front of my face right now. So,
It sounds like you got some serious momentum and a
yes.
lot of production ahead of you. What are some of your goals as you think about the next 6 months to a year in the role?
Yeah, so my goal is to just be the best because right now I'm in inbound sales and then I
Mm.
transfer to out. So I have it a little easier than some people, but yeah, my goal is to transfer to outbound sales, which is the next role in my particular company. And then I would love to be an AE. Like that really motivates me to learn the product and, you know, do what I need to do, perfect this stage so I can move forward.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for the person out there listening that is looking to make a change or maybe is just started the course and needs that extra bit of motivation? What words can you offer them?
I would say pay close attention. This is coming from an inspired patron, of course, careers. Like everything was spot on. As a matter of fact, some of the things at the time, because it was gibberish to me, I kind of said, okay, I'll come back to that. That's not that important. If I were to go back, the moment you said start your LinkedIn, I should have done it right then. You know, the moment you said go look into Salesforce, I should have done it right then because right now I'm in Salesforce, you know, in my current position. So really just paying attention to the course, taking it seriously because it is relevant and it's applicable. So,
Well, fortunately, Melanie, for anyone listening right now that is serious about learning more, we have linked the free intro course down below for
ooh,
anyone that
yay.
wants to investigate further
Yes.
and land an entry level tech sales position. So, Melanie, thanks so much for being here today and sharing your story. You'll
Thank
become an AE
you.
if you stick with it. I believe in
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate that. It was great to share. Nice to meet you and see you in person. So this is great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, a ton of fun. Thanks so much for being here today, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.